be here. My God, that's literally the best sense of humor in the world. I was over here trying to give up on everything and just like real depressed, and I was hungry, and my neighbor knocked on the door and wanted to know if I could help their son do math, and I helped them make 100 on their test, and then they helped me with some food, and I'm just like blown away, like, thank God. It's like amazing. Every time I feel like the enemy has me, and I just found out about some sick things going on in the background, and people just like waiting on the opportunity for me to just be in a bad spot. And it's disgusting to watch. But then God just shows up and shows out and gives me not only what I need, but like in my purpose. And it was beautiful. And it was cool to tutor again. I missed it. When I'm all choked up and I can't find words, every time I say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band, I'll always remember us this way. Aw, and then my other neighbor just brought me some fried green tomatoes. Oh, Lauren, I was struggling and I was crying and really having a hard time, and I just found out a bunch of crazy information. I was feeling really depressed. And then my neighbor knocked and asked me, could I help tutor her son in math? Get a little plastic knife. And people had said, That was so sweet. I was like, who's knocking on my door? Oh my God, those are good. Oh, it was my neighbor. I had told him, I'd tutor anyone on the autism spectrum for free in math or acting or languages, whatever. And they came and got me to see what I'd tutor her son in math, and I helped him make 100 on his math test. And the lady gave me some Motrin, so I have Motrin. I got to eat noodles, and now I'm having fried green tomatoes, and I got to do something in my purpose. All while everything seems so damn impossible. Look at God. I keep my faith, and He keeps blessing me, regardless of what these evil, wicked people are doing. But man, they doing the most right now. I ain't even giving them the attention they want. Sick of it. All I can say is if they think they're going to put one finger on my dog, they need to bring their A game. It's a good way to piss me and God off. I'll let everybody know, though, these creepy people. No, it was my neighbor. She brought me some homemade fried green tomatoes. And I had ranch dressing. I was hungry. And my my other neighbor had knocked on the door and said, will you help my son with his math? And I helped him make 100 on the test. And then they gave me some noodles, and then my other neighbor brought me some fried green tomatoes. They were so good. They had like cornmeal and you don't need to be around. Why? I'm really good at math, and I help tutor and teach very well, and both of his parents were there, and I just sat and helped him learn math, and he was really excited to do it and understood it and made 100 on his test. So it didn't cost him a penny. I just helped him, and they made my day too, and it was a beautiful moment. And I was kind and treated him with respect, because people treat people with autism like shit, like you're doing to me right now. So I can be that voice that's kind and treats them with respect, and they need that, because people like you are being awful and treating me like shit. And so I want to be somebody that's kind and accepting and helps people learn for free. And that's what I do. And that is good. And that was God, because I was trying to figure out some things, and I got the opportunity to help, and I stepped up, and then God took care of me, and it was beautiful. And I pray that those blessings come into your life, or that you find a purpose that makes you happy. Because I was laying in bed, hardly able to lift my head and fight all this, and that little boy reminded me what I'm doing on this earth and how important my purpose is, and I'm backed up ready to fight. And whatever these people throw at me, I'm going to stand against it. And I will carry out my purpose no matter what it costs me. But if they lay a fucking finger on my dog again, it will be the last thing they do. I love you, Peter. My friend got me this. You know what's so sad is when I look back at this last year and this journey, it wasn't like the bad people that hurt me the most. It was the ones I had on the pedestal. The ones I thought the most of. The ones I would have told you. Just love. Because it'll come back to you. It doesn't have to from that person. And if all they do is hate, that'll come back to them. I was this close to giving up again. Felt like, you can't do it this time. They've gone too far. They're doing this. How am I to hate you? We're glad you're around. Gave me a way to be purposeful. Gave me food. Gave me ibuprofen. And now I have everything that I need. And what I just talked to you an hour ago, and you said, what is it that you need? And that's what I said, food and ibuprofen, and I got it. by tutoring for free. But it was like God just met my need, and that's what people hated me for in the first place, you know? It was like, that's how I'd kind of lived my life and gotten by without having family around for the past 20 years. It was God, and He would guide me to the right, opportunities. And then people would call that a scam, or they would say, she's doing this, doing that, when it was favor. It was anointing over my life. It was God providing for me what I wasn't able to do for myself, knowing that I was doing the rest. And He's done that for me my whole life. And I am doing my best. So people can gossip or say this or that. Help me with math. And I was just grinning. I was so excited. And it was math I understood really well. And, I got one of them wrong. But then we went back and we were able to fix it, and he made 100. But in that, I was able to explain it very, very well because I saw what we did wrong. And when he got it right, he was so excited. And so I said I'll help him with his test too, and we could just sit there and practice for an hour before the test because he does those by himself. But his mom and dad was helping with, this was like a quiz, but we'll do the quiz and then we'll go over that, and then he can take the test by himself, but I'll sit with him for an hour. And I was just sitting there thinking, how do I keep going through all this? There's so many things going on that I'm not even talking about because I know these people are just doing it for the drama. They just want me to talk about them, and I'm not. There's 2 people acting crazy right now, and I'm not even... Yeah, well, this time we just did the quiz, yeah. We did the quiz twice, so it took me about 45 minutes, and then I ate some noodles. Then I got back on, and my other neighbor brought me some fried green tomatoes. But yeah, I was saying what I was going to do before his test was help him for an hour before the test next time. But we didn't take that long today. If you had been listening to what I was saying instead of just trying to look for something to argue with when I'm just... I don't know, Henry? Oh, Henry? Hey, Tammy. That because I like to play poker, and I've been thinking I'm gonna get a deck of cards and start teaching y'all on here everything I know about poker. I actually played in the World Series back in 2018. I played in the WSOP ring event and made the final table. And so I'm thinking about getting a deck of cards and doing 3 lessons on here for y'all. Just tomorrow I'll just sit and I can teach you all the basics, and then I can teach you, I have a Bachelor of Arts in Acting, and I was working on a Master's in Mental Health Counseling. I feel like those skills really helped me play poker, and I played poker during college. And I played all over the world, and I've done really well in a lot of tournaments before I ended up homeless. I haven't played much since I've been homeless, but I used, and there are a few other ones. Nobody in my family knew that. Nobody that even knew what my name was back then, you know. They was making up fake names because it had been so long since they'd seen me. They didn't know anything, but they didn't even know I went to college. Okay, well, I'll see how much a deck is. I'll go get one tomorrow. And I'll sit and just start teaching y'all for free. Uh-oh, my phone's gonna die because it says cooling down. I gotta charge my phone for a few minutes.